Once you set up your account and you have a user with the right credentials and the Elastic Beanstalk command line installed, you can finally use the platform to deploy your apps. You can deploy an app in 4 steps. Firstly, very important, we need to create a directory called .eb extensions, and inside it a nodcommand.config file in which we specify the command to start our server. Without it, your environment will crash and it will be hard for you to understand why, so never forget. Then you will just run the eb init, which will create a repository for your app. Then eb create and give a name for your environment, and finally deploy any change to your app with the command eb deploy. Okay, let's get started. So I already covered the step 1 and created the .eb extensions folder, and inside the nodcommand.config file, with these 3 lines you can copy from Amazon Web Service documentation or from this video. These 3 lines are simply telling to Amazon platform to run npm start command to start up the server. Then we go to terminal, and from our project directory we make sure we saved any changes to the Git repository. We then run the eb init command, and we will be asked in which region we want to create our cloud. I will choose the number 4, Ireland. Now, this is the first time I'm trying to deploy something from this computer as the test user we created, so I'm asked to validate my keys. The first key is the AWS access ID, so I copy it from the CSV I downloaded and pasted in terminal. Then I'm asked to insert my secret access key, which is a little longer string. Normally, here I will be just asked to specify a name, but because I already created an app in the server before this video, it's asking me if I want to use that environment or create a new one. Okay, I will use the same. Then yes, I'm using Node. Then in my case, I don't need the Amazon Source Control Service, and I don't want to set up an SSH for this instance. Finally, I can run the command eb create and specify a name for the environment. Alright, forgot that I cannot use underscore for the environment name, so I edit it and run again. Awesome. The deployment is going to take a couple of minutes, so I pause the recording and come back when it's done. Okay, the app was successfully deployed. Now if we go to Elastic Beanstalk from the console, we can see that a bookshop _ universal application was created, and that the environment is in green status, which means it's fully working. You can go in and access to a large number of options. For instance, you can go to logs and access to the server logs, or configure the alarms, updates, and so on. Alright, now if you want to see your app, from terminal you can run the command eb open, and it will open in your default browser. As you can see, it loads and renders very quick.